We've been joined on telephone line by former Test cricketer, the great Mushtaq Ahmed. Sir, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Right. Sir, thank you so much for your time here. I understand you've been very busy. But, sir, we're talking about the Pakistan versus South Africa tour as well. And no doubt there are a few controversial statements coming up from here and there. But we do understand that this is a tour we need to back our team because it's very important for them to end on a high note before the World Cup.
Of course, especially Pakistan is the team where actually when they go abroad, especially in South Africa, Australia, England, when they do well, the confidence level go too high for them. And that confidence will carry on to the World Cup also. And I think the most important thing is when any batsman or any bowler gets wickets or score runs in South Africa, that gives a lot of confidence in the whole dressing room. So I think playing again in South Africa, against South Africa, and if you do well as a team or as a player, I think that will give you a lot of confidence. And I believe me, I had a few tours in South Africa. You feel different definitely after that if you perform well there.
Right. So we're of course talking also about the fact that Mohammad Amir after that rest wants to make an impactful comeback in this series. But he's joined with the likes of equally good pacers like Mohammad Abbas. Now Shaheen Shah Afridi is another great find for Pakistan. So we want to see this healthy competition help all of them. But then again, we want to see more from Mohammad Amir.
Mohammad Amir is he's got a very repeatable action which is going to help him in South Africa. At the moment, I think, sometime when you get dropped from a team and come back, your focus and your belief and your dedication is totally different. So I think Mohammad Amir, this is a very important period for him also because he has to prove again because he was dropping his pace and, he was playing lots of 20-20 and other 50 overs cricket. And in Test cricket, also he was bowling well, but he wasn't getting wickets. Unfortunately, sometimes happens, on his spells, on his bowling, there's been lots of drop catches also. But, when your mind is strong and when you have a firm belief, like Mohammad Ahmed, the way of he's got the talent, if he's really put himself under pressure and focus on cricket, and I believe so, he can do wonder for Pakistan cricket.
Right, sir, and if we talk about Pakistan's batting lineup as well, we know that this is a tour where our batting will be exposed and Pakistan have to bat well if they want to perform well in this series. Where carrying Fakhar Zaman as an opener, Shan Masood is there. Imam ul Haq, of course, is struggling with his form and some questions about his technique as well. Overall, the middle order now sees Asad Shafiq with the prime responsibility, Haris and Azhar there as well. But obviously, we want to see more from the captain himself as well, who bats down the order.
Of course, like in South Africa, the pitches will be more bouncy and, there'll be more swing there. So I think what they have to do, with my experience, I think they have to understand the off stump. They got to play compact cricket and they got to play positive cricket in the same time. I would say, when the ball is there to hit, they shouldn't get worried about it, getting out. In South Africa, I think more than technical and tactical things, it's more than you've got to have a big heart. Because the things are different. You've got to take challenges there. The fast ball is going to ball you a bouncer. They're going to ball you a bumpers. They're going to come at you. So you've got to have a counter-attack them. If you don't do that, then, South Africa fielding standards are too good. And they're bowling like Stain and Rabada and all those guys are very quick in a sense of on those pitches. So I think for batting point of view, you've got to have an option, scoring option. Because if you're trying to survive there, they will never let you survive there. So I think whoever scores, anybody who wants to score in South Africa or Australia, you've got to have a scoring option. And at the same time, you've got to play the balanced cricket. What I'm saying, you've got to know your off-stump rate, and you've got to know, horizontal shots going to be a very key there. Cut and pull and backward shots is going to be a key. So you've got to practice that before you go to play the series. And I believe so. The guys are ready to do that, and obviously this is professional cricket now, and obviously Mickey Arthur have a lot of experience of South African pitches and team, and I think that will help the team.
Right, sir, coming now to your kingdom of domain, of course, leg spinner Yasir Shah is going to be there as well. We were talking about the fact that he wonderfully took 14 wickets in conditions that suited him. But now in conditions like South Africa, of course, these are testing conditions for a spinner. But what we saw with Nathan Lying, who picked up 6 wickets in that first innings at the Perth ground as well on a green track, and he got that bounce and obviously that skidding on as well. We want Yasir Shah to become a bowler packed with all kinds of weapons in his arsenal, and this is a series where he obviously can learn more as well, but he can actually answer the question that he performs well for Pakistan in all kinds of conditions.
Look, I mean, we are proud of Yasir because he's the fastest 200 wicket getter, and like in 33 matches, his record speaks to himself. But I think like in South Africa and Australia, you got to bowl over spin. And because I have a good relationship with Yasir, he understands. And now, because with the experience and with the confidence, you got to, as an off spinner or leg spinner, left arm spinner, in those kind of conditions, you've got to bowl over spin. You've got to have a good action. You've got to have a repeatable action. You've got to bowl a good overs to get people out. Against good players, you cannot bowl them out on good balls. You've got to bowl a good overs all the time. So put them under pressure. So having said that, like what Yasir has to do, bowl lesser plays, but more in the air. Like you've got to give a more flight there. So you've got to use that pitch because bounce, you're gonna get bounced anyway. So if you try to bowl quicker as a leg spinner there, the ball will come nicely on the bat. So I think what he has to do, like he has to bowl over spin and bowl less pace. And also same time, he got to be smart with his position, field position, because as a leg spinner, when I had a couple of tours there, like I was, with blessing of Allah, I was quite successful there. What I used to do, using my pace also, variation, and same time you play with the fielders. You've got to be smart enough to understand which batsman, which field position you have to have. Because I always believe that sometimes you got to attack with the fielders, not with the ball. And I think, this is very important as a leg spinner, to create that pressure, and especially to Hashim Amla and all the other cricketers, who scores quicker. So if you have a field position well and understand them, and I believe so, Yasir will inshallah do well for Pakistan.
Sir, thank you so much.